Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. This is your daily energy check. My name is Victoria and I'm here to help you find out what's going on with divine feminine, divine masculine collective, what's going on with the dynamic at this time. Yesterday I posted quite a powerful reading about the eclipse. Now we're still, as I'm publishing this, we're just post the peak of the eclipse energy, but of course in terms of overall collective energy it's still piping hot. It's still very much in the air. We're breathing it in and we'll still be breathing it for the next few days. So let's see how that peak energy actually impacted the twins, what it helped realize, and where are we now, right? So this is our checkpoint. What is going on right now as a result of those events, those energetic dynamics. Of course, if you remember, if you are a Taurus or a Scorpio or any other fixed sign, any other fixed sign as Taurus, yes, you will be impacted more than others during this time. More on that, if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. I'll try to keep this reading short and sweet. I have all my decks ready, the usual decks, including the messages between the twins. I am going to start with the Keepers of the Light today to begin with, so we'll pull a card of guidance from the Ascended Masters for the feminines and then for the masculines in the collective watching. Hope you guys are doing well. If you need any additional guidance, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. It helps me circulate these messages with more people. Yesterday we had the most amazing warm day in New York area like ever, and I had a chance. I was lucky enough to be outside in the afternoon. I had a doctor's appointment and I could spend time just in this amazing pier park with excellent views of the Manhattan skylines. And I posted it in my other channel as a short, Mindful Bamboo. You can check it out if you're interested, just to kind of grasp, like inhale almost this energy. It's so palpable, you can just like feel it even through the video, I think. Yeah, and I had some chirashi on the pier that was just cherry on top. Also got to know that I was chosen to be, I was waitlisted, and then they got me into the taping of the late night show with Stephen Colbert in 3 weeks. Yes, baby, yes. Oh, and I'm going Dominican Republic in December. I will provide more information on that, what my schedule will be like, what I plan to be doing. I'm still figuring it out. We'll probably know towards end of November. And just in general, I would say if you're interested in a personal reading, it's best to get it in sooner than later. You can change kind of like, or you can let me know, like, I want this reading for like, I don't know, mid-December or something, if you want to, some guidance before the holidays, for example. Because if you wait till then, you may not be able to get a spot, because it's usually piling up. I do get like a kind of a small but still a peak, it jumps the number of requests towards Thanksgiving, which is just 3 weeks from now, less than 2.5 actually, well, almost 2, wow, basically 2 weeks from now. And then there will be definitely more requests in December towards the holidays, so just letting you know. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I will be doing readings and coaching while I'm in DR, but it might be more, like, it might be a different schedule, that's it, or maybe some delays with the readings depending on how many requests I will get. So for the feminines, we have Odin, Psychic Insight. Your third eye is open, see truth for what it is, follow your intuition. It's kind of on the nose, but especially during this time. But this is a reminder that, during this full moon, and more specifically total lunar eclipse, a lot of feelings and emotions are coming up. And it's harder, and I mean, those who have been doing spiritual work, like inner work, and have been on spiritual path for a while, they know how sometimes it's a lot easier said than done, right? So this is a reminder that it's even more important right now because of how powerful the energies are. It's even more important to kind of keep your cool and stay centered, but not like pretend that nothing is happening, right? I'm not talking about that. This is about turning things around where you can transmute the negativity if it comes up for you, right? I have some information on that on my blog, mindfulbamboo.com. And again, if you have more specific questions or a specific situation, you may want to contact me, either ask a question in the comments or reach out with an email address for a personal session. But yeah, what I'm getting with this immediately, and we'll get some tarot cards, of course, is that there's a big opportunity for getting new information that is going to be vital for the next loop of your ascension. What do we have for divine masculines? Watching or for their cross watchers. We have a lot of those, I know. We have 2 cards. We have Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. And we had that for the eclipse reading as well. And then we have Hope. Wow, I don't think I've ever actually gotten this card in this deck. Love and acceptance. How beautiful it is. Look at this. Love it. Love it. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. So staying centered and choosing loving thoughts. That's the mantra for masculines. Hope and Gaia. Feeding onto Mother Nature for support. Also be mindful, right? It's also like a relationship, right? It's like a love affair with the environment that you live in, your natural habitat, whatever it is, right? So it's like the same way as you would do in a relationship with a person, right? There's giving and receiving part, right? So be mindful of how you take care of the planet. Do you do your part? Are you mindful how you use resources, etc., etc.? And then, of course, don't forget that the Mother Gaia and the Earth has a lot to give to us and to support us at times of needs. So yeah, it's a very powerful tool to support us in when we need healing, when we need soothing, when we need that grounding, like quite literally, right? One of the ways to ground yourself is to be on the ground with your bare feet, with your bare feet if possible, right? It's one of the ways. Okay, what do we have for the energy of divine feminines at the moment? This was more like advice. Now let's get into energy. So we have Page of Wands for divine feminines. Almost bare. Well, actually, she probably is barefoot. Yeah, that makes sense. Quite a nature. Also wearing green, very kind of basic clothing. I'm getting very vulnerable state. What do we have for divine masculines? Let's move this along. Okay, 9 of Cups. Judgment, this will be for the connection. 9 of Cups. Divine masculine is deep in their thoughts. And then we have the Judgment call for the connection, the recognition of love, celebration of love in this connection. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, let's put some clarifiers from after tarot. Wow, immediately got the Sun. This is so cool. So divine feminine feeling, freedom and ability to be vulnerable. Yeah, like that feeling when you're in the sun. It could be on the beach or just generally in a sunny, warm day where you feel like, well, A, you're not wearing a lot of clothes, right? So you're already quite exposed, literally. And B, you feel this good feeling of warmth, right? It's almost like caressing your body. It's like a nice warm hug that's wrapping around you, and you have this feeling of like, yes, you can just have the deep breath and relax. Okay, let's see what we have. Please clarify 9 of Cups for the masculines. Thank you. 2 of Swords in reverse. conflict, inner conflict being solved. And for the connection, we have, please clarify judgment. Some of you could be dealing with the Scorpios, but also we are in a Scorpio season, so it's very matching. Six of Pentacles, yep. Balance in the relationship. Okay, so Divine Feminines, I started talking about vulnerability. What we're seeing is that you're feeling more like your childlike self, that you can be yourself, you can be more authentic, right? And it can mean, of course, very different things for individual journeys. This is a collective reading, so I cannot dive too deep into that, but I would say that especially with the green clothing here, there is, and to me, sun energy is actually a lot about healing. Just, it's my own kind of symbolism here. So what I'm getting is that there is a lot of heart healing happening at this time, right? And it's actually quite tender, quite soft. I'm sensing the softness in the energy. It's pretty cool, actually, that it's not through like pain and suffering. It's not through like carving something out of you with, I don't know, metal in fire, you know, casting something. No, this is a lot more tender and playful and grateful. Apologies for the rhythm, for the rhyme, but yeah, that's what is happening for DS at this time. It's quite lovely energy. The sun is the happiest card in the deck for a reason, and actually in this deck, because it's after tarot, you can see that it's two kids playing, right? So again, you may have somebody in your surrounding who can share, can join in on whatever it is you're doing, whatever brings you joy at this time, right? Like for me, for example, it's dancing. And today I had a lesson with my teacher, and we are kindred spirits in a lot of senses, right? So she was definitely the one who joined in on my fun and added to that fun in the day, right? And I know it was like this mutual energy exchange, right? She was having a great time with me, I was having a great time with her, right? That sort of idea. So through this positive exchanges, the healing is happening on the subconscious level. The conscious process still continues, so don't think that it's over and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm done here. No, nope. This is just a check-in for this point in time. But like I said, the eclipse energy is going to be with us for quite a few days. For masculines, we have Nine of Cups clarified by Two of Swords in reverse. So they understand that the wish of their heart is not really about some external recognition or winning in some sort of competition, beating someone else to the punch, or having the title of the most, the biggest, the youngest, whatever, the most successful, right? It's something else. It's finding, and that's why there is this cup, and he's actually holding the cup in his hand, right? It's about finding this love. It's about filling your cup. And again, this can mean very different things for specific journeys. And since this is a collective reading, I'm gonna leave it there. If you're a cross-watcher, you probably know what is relevant for your DM, or at least know that like love is the frequency, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be about romantic relationship, right? Love is so much more, and as we know, it all starts with self anyway, or self-love. So even if this is about your DM looking for their self-love so that they don't have to compete with anyone else for recognition to make themselves feel good, that's huge, right? Even if it's not even about you, Divine Feminines watching, it's about them finding their own thing, right? Like realizing certain things for themselves. It's still a big deal, and that's what's happening. And that's why we had hope and like love and acceptance here, and we have Earth connection, right? It's like realizing what is true, what is real, right? Earth, our planet Earth, our nature, that's real, right? That's organic, that's natural, as opposed to all these virtual realities and the world of information and technology that we live in today. For the connection, we have Judgment clarified by Six of Pentacles. So yeah, this is like I started saying, this is the twins seeing the love in this connection and celebrating it, wanting to share of this love with the world. You know, it's like when your cup is full, it's overflowing, then you have something to share with others. It's that point where the twins understand that this love is not just for like selfish reasons, doesn't exist there for selfish reasons. It doesn't function the same way as it does for, say, soulmates, right? Where it's pretty much all about relationship of two people. It still stands that they kind of empower and encourage each other to be better versions of themselves, that they support each other, that they kind of like complement each other, right, in a very harmonious way. But it's still a lot of, like, pretty much is focused around the relationship, right? With twins, it's so much more than that. And it's not even about like, yeah, I'm gonna be among my friends and family and I'm gonna share this beautiful energy with them. It's a lot bigger than that. And this is the twins starting to get their head around it. What's the deal really, right? Like what's all the hustle about? We keep hearing it, right? But it usually takes a while before people actually understand what it means in reality, right? How am I supposed to be a role model for basically for the whole world, right? How can that be achieved? Why would people even care about my story, right? Like there are so many questions that our brain immediately asks. Okay, last but not least, let's get some messages from divine masculine to divine feminine. A lot of grays today, so you can already say that, you can see that they are in a gray area, kind of like, you know, where it's like a certain processes happening as we speak, right? Wow, another gray card. I'm glad you could see those. That like, it can't make it up. They're all gray, literally. I'm not sure if there are any other gray cards in the deck. Maybe this love scares me, and yeah, nah. No, this love doesn't scare them anymore. But they are, and maybe to me is also this gray area, right? Like they are in the gray area in terms of being confident and understanding what the past truly embodies, right? It's like they are at the point where they understand that this is huge, that you, divine feminine, are very important to them. But now it's supposed to get to the new step where they can see clearly how is it gonna play out, or that's what their brain is asking them to do, and they're blanking there. That's why it's all gray. Let's see what we have from divine feminines to masculines. Okay. Cards are literally jumping out. Like it's funny when you can feel it like under your fingers when they're doing this. We have, I need time for me. Happiness is my priority, and I have so much desire for you. So yeah, and these two are kind of together. So to me, again, it speaks about this self-love and joy and happiness, and you know, being in this childlike, euphoric happiness, bathing in it, basking in it, and healing through it, right? So the feminines are saying, yeah, I need this time for me because I know that there is more healing to do, and like this is good for me. This is what's needed, right? So I don't get distracted with other people, other energies. I need to do this thing on my own, right? But at the same time, they are confirming for divine masculine that they still have a lot of desire for them, that they're on their mind, and they definitely know. Again, you know, we had this card for both of the twins for the dynamic, and divine feminines from their side also celebrate the love in this connection. They recognize it without any denial at this point, and they want to celebrate it, even if it starts just with them doing something great for themselves. Why not? If you can entertain yourself, like you can celebrate things by yourself and you can entertain yourself, then it's definitely, it can only, you know, be bigger and better when you are with other people. Okay, I'm gonna finish here. I love you guys, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.